From MontanaSports.com, this is MTN Sports Extra.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Sports Extra on a Saturday night. I'm Tom Wiley. Thanks for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed this white-knuckle ride through the spring sports season, but all good things must come to an end. And this weekend, we handed out the final championships of the 2024-25 sports season. Let's begin in Kalispell, where MTN's Will Charlton was on hand for a record-breaking day on the track.
Will Charlton here once again at Legend Stadium in Kalispell for the final day of competition at the Class AA State Track and Field Meet as the MHSA sports calendar comes to a close on this Saturday, where more individuals and 2 teams will be crowned as state champions.
More all-class records were broken Saturday, and it starts with a new best girls javelin of 162 feet 11 inches for Skyview's Ray Smart. And on the topic of records broken, look at Flathead's Olivia Reinhardt glide through the 100 girls hurdles. She is making it look simple for a new all-class best of 14.06 seconds. Then in the boys 110, Hellgate's Corbin Weltstein wins state with a 14.41. Guess who's back again winning the girls 300 intermediate hurdles? It's Reinhardt, and she goes 42.07 seconds. And Flathead owns the 300s as Will Hollensteiner gets it done with a 37.94. Girls 100, this is super close, but Hellgate's Sophia Zalosi gets the best time with a 12.38. Jackson Allery of Sentinel wins the boys' side of the dash with a 10.99. How about that? To the 1600-meter run we go, where Gallatin's Isabel Ross gets the win with a 4:53.6 new personal best. In the boys' run, Belgrade's Wilson Schmidt comes from behind to take gold with a time of 4 minutes 12.6 seconds. How about a winning boys' triple jump in his final attempt of 47 feet 1.5 inches for Butte's Sam Henderson? And there's no better way to end a track meet than the 4x400 meter relay, where on the girls' side, Billings West gets it done in 3 minutes 57.34 seconds. The boys' heat was unreal as Flathead has to come from way behind and just barely beat out Big Sky, as Hollensteiner helps the Braves record a 3:19.76. The Gallatin girls and Flathead boys are the 2025 team state champions. In Kalispell, Will Charlton, MTN Sports.
Hey everyone, Luke Shelton here at Legend Stadium for the final day of the State A Track and Field Meet as individuals and teams look to go out as champions. Let's get to those highlights. Let's jump right in with the girls 4x100 relay, and Haver has it as Cadence Ryder anchors the Blue Ponies to the win in 48.75 seconds. The girls 100 hurdles, and here's Stevensville's Regan Johnstone cruising to victory in 15.17 seconds. Now on to the boys 110 hurdles, and Corvallis chasing a team three-peat, and helping their cause is Brennan Stewart, who bolts to a first-place finish. Now over to boys javelin, and another Blue Devil, Hunter Lesh, owner of the best mark in the nation, and he doesn't disappoint as he unleashes a heave of over 209 feet, and that first-place finish will help Corvallis secure its 3rd straight title. And on the girls' side, Whitefish's Grace Slyman won high jump at 5.2, and now opts for 5.4, and check out her reaction as she hits a PR and helps the Bulldogs claim their first team title since 2022. Boys triple jump, and it's gonna be Laurel's Bridger Burrows taking gold with a leap of over 46 feet and 10 inches. And back to the track in the girls 800, and here's Miles City's Peyton Frame earning a 2nd individual title in just over 2 minutes and 12 seconds and setting a Class A record. Now over to boys shot put, and Polson's Aston Brown delivered a throw of 64 feet and 7.5 inches, and that's another Class A record. The boys 3200 and an absolute photograph finish between Hardin's Ben Bird and Billings Central's Gray Pisano, and by 3/100ths of a second, Bird prevails and earns the victory. And now the boys 800, and it's going to be a come-from-behind victory for Whitefish's Simon Douglas, who uses a late push to rally for the win in 1 minute and 56.37 seconds. In Kalispell, Luke Shelton, MTN Sports.
Meanwhile, in Missoula, Class B and C schools battled for hardware and the right to add their names to the MHSA history books. MTN's Kyle Hansen has more from MCPS Stadium.
Saturday was day 2 of all of your state BC track and field action here at MCPS Stadium in Missoula. Let's take a look at who finished up as state champions both individually and on the team side.
For State B, it was a Loyola Sacred Heart sweep in the team race to cap off the meet in their hometown. The girls raced past second-place Huntley Project by 24 points, and there were big performances all around on Saturday as Sophia Berry anchored both first-place relays for the Breakers and also took home gold in the 300 hurdles. Allison Gamma was also a double winner on the day as she was first in the 100 hurdles and was your winner as well in the high jump. Huntley Project's second-place mark was led by Avery Gertis again, who won twice on Friday and added another individual title in triple jump on Saturday. Shepherd's Camilla Dalkey was a double winner as well in the 100 and 200, and Friday set a new Class B record in the 100 as well to stand out. On the boys' side, Loyola picked up an individual state champion in Ethan Stack, who repeated in the triple jump for the Rams to lead the way to the team title. Jackson Keegan also helped pace the Rams as he took first place in the 110 hurdles as well. Superior's Tristan Avila won the 400 on Friday and followed that up with victories in the 100 and 200 on Saturday, including a new Class B record in the 200. Joliet's Austin Schellig also set a record Friday and followed that up on Saturday with a 1600 victory for the Jayhawks. Switching gears to State C. Richie Lambert's girls won the team title and edged out a number of other teams, and they picked up a pair of individual winners on Saturday as Jolie Klempel won the 100 hurdles, while Bryn Hill was the winner in the girls triple jump as the Fusion took home the team championship. Fort Benton's girls 400 relay team also set a new record as they took home the gold medal. Savage's Cambry Conradson won on Friday in the 400 and followed that up with a pair of victories in the 100 and 200 on Saturday for the Warriors. Whitewater's Shelby Labrie also won again Saturday, this time cruising to a victory in the 3200. On the boys' side, Manhattan Christian cruised to a big team victory behind Chafin Hubner, who won on Friday and again Saturday with a big victory in the 800. He also anchored the 1600 relay for the Eagles as they sealed up the championship. Plentywood's Henry Kukowski was a double winner with victories in the 100 and 200 on the day at State C. Luster Christian's Johns Lee Pierre had one victory on Friday, and he added two more on Saturday with a win in the 300 hurdles and also in the triple jump. Chester Joplin and Vernus saw Dane Grammer win another state title as he took home the crown in discus after winning the shot put earlier in the meet. For more highlights and results, head to montanasports.com. Reporting in Missoula, Kyle Hansen, MTN Sports.
Just ahead, a trip to the Diamond for state softball and baseball. Sports Extra will return after the break.
There's more action online at montanasports.com.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by montanasports.com.
The State AA softball tournament returned to Great Falls this weekend, but for the first time in 15 years, neither Great Falls team made the field of 8 teams. Let's head to the Multisports Complex for a look at how Championship Saturday played out in the Electric City. Billings Senior and Kalispell Glacier meeting for the first time this season in the championship game. Senior needs 1 win, Glacier needs 2. But the Wolfpack have shown resilience. They needed a walk-off win in the 3rd place game to reach the title, and that resilience was on display in game number 1. Glacier trailed by 5 entering the bottom of the 7th, but they played 6 runs, including a walk-off single from Olivia Warner to force the if-necessary game. And that game was bonkers. Let's jump straight to the 6th inning. Glacier trailing 12-10. Warner hits a grand slam. She had 7 RBI, and the Pack lead 14-12. Bottom of the 7th we go. Maddie Band goes yard for the Bronx. One of 2 home runs in the frame to tie the game at 15 and send it to extra innings. At the top of the 8th, Warner again with the single to put her team up by 2 runs. It's 17-15. Last chance for the Bronx, but Nakaya Persinger makes the snag at shortstop, and that will do it. Glacier wins 3 games on Saturday in dramatic fashion to earn their 2nd title in 3 seasons.
I mean, I think it's pretty crazy. Like, we definitely just earned it. We played, 7 games, 2 extra innings, and, we just really earned it. And, yeah, I kept fighting through every inning. And
yeah, I hope everyone in their life has a chance to have an opportunity like this to really just get to be behind something that they believe in and to get to step up and to really gut it out like that.
In Class A, Columbia Falls has topped Billings Central in each of the last 2 state title matchups, but some new teams sat atop the division standings entering the tournament. MTN's Derek Joseph was on hand for Saturday's championship game in Flathead County.
It's Championship Saturday here in Columbia Falls, where Polson will play Frenchtown. 2 will enter and 1 will come out the champion. Let's see who that is right now.
It was the 24th time since the year 2000 that these 2 teams faced off in the postseason, and Frenchtown struck first, scoring 4 runs in the first 2 innings, one of them coming off the single from Maya Skinner that scores Jesse Palmer. But Polson fought back with this 2-run single from Samantha Rensfold that would help cut the deficit to 1 after the Pirates scored 3 runs in the second. However, Ryan Lucier did not want Polson to get comfortable as she cranks a 3-run home run to extend their lead to 4. For Lucier, 1 wasn't enough as she hit another 3-run bomb in the top of the 6th as part of a 6-run inning that would put Polson up by 11. And the final out of the 6th inning sealed the run rule victory, and Frenchtown took home the school's 13th championship in school history with a 14-3 win over Polson.
It doesn't get old, all right, but I mean, every group of kids, you just want to see them have that experience and get to feel what that feels like, and it's just, you know, the amount of work that they put into it. And we knew we were physically talented, but we thought we had to work on some other things, and man, they bought in and the results are obvious.
We all feel just so together, and I feel like you can see it out on the field when how we play and how we just like act around together. I think that just makes it so special that we won with our best friends.
In Columbia Falls, Derek Joseph, MTN Sports.
Just ahead, more softball plus who wins in year 3 of high school baseball in the Treasure State. More championship highlights from the Diamond. That's next on Sports Extra.
Follow Montana Sports on Facebook and join the conversation with fans across the state.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Entering the state BC softball tournament, traditional powers Shepherd and Florence Carleton enter the week as heavy favorites to claim titles. MTN's Alec Boffinger takes us to Glasgow to show us how results played out on Saturday.
Hey there, folks, and welcome back to Glasgow, and it's Championship Saturday at the Class BC State Softball Tournament. Shepherd and Florence dueling for the crown. Unbeaten Phillies came out of the gates swinging. This is Aaron Hardkey, hard hit grounder to left field. That plates a run, and it's 2-0 Shepherd in the top of the 1st inning. Florence cutting into the deficit in the bottom of the 2nd. Well-executed squeeze play makes it 2-1. But Shepherd brought some red-hot bats this weekend. Bree-Lynn Fulton with a line shot opposite field and gone. 3-1 Phillies in the 3rd. Now to the 4th, and they begin to pour it on. 8th grader Brooklyn Worth pokes this to the 3rd base side. That plates a pair, and it's 5-2 Shepherd. And then Fulton delivers the proverbial dagger. A moonshot over the left field wall, and the Phillies outscore their opponents 49-4 this weekend, finish a perfect 23-0, and claim the program's first state softball title.
Feels really good, actually. We really wanted it last year, and it just didn't happen for us, but we came back and did a good job of holding it together and finishing this time.
I'm just hoping that, you know, we broke the seal into the girls sports. Our volleyball program has been doing really well, you know, being right on the brink, same with basketball. And so I'm hoping that these girls just kind of carry their multi-sport athletes, that they just kind of carry this into their senior year.
Shepherd early favorites in 2026 as they have no seniors. In Glasgow, Alec Boffinger, MTN Sports.
It's year 3 of high school baseball in Montana, and neither of the 2 previous state champs made the tournament as more and more schools and teams begin programs and increase parity. MTN's Johnny Walker takes us to Hamilton as we crown a new state champion.
Day number 3 of the all-class baseball state tournament here in Hamilton, and it is finally time to crown a new state champ. Belgrade right where we thought they'd be after coming into this tournament as the top seed, but Billings Central outperforming expectations after coming in as a 3 seed. And it would be the Rams jumping out ahead in the 1st. Wild pitch, plates 1 runner, and then here comes another. 4-0 Central after 1. No more fireworks for either side until top of the 7th. Plays made it first, but Max Dunning crosses the plate for Belgrade and finally gets the Panthers on the board. So now here's the situation. 2 outs, bases loaded. Belgrade trails 4-1. And 1 run scores. Another run scores. But hold on right there because the play is made at third. So the Billings Central Rams are your 2025 All-Class Baseball State champions. And to make sure you're not missing any of our high school spring sports championship coverage from around the state, make sure you're keeping up with us over at montanasports.com. Reporting in Hamilton, Johnny Walker, MTN Sports.
Still to come, a story of overcoming the odds to compete at the highest levels. Stay with us. Sports Extra will return.
Download our free app and take MTN Sports with you. Just search Montana Sports in the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
In a world where challenges often seem insurmountable, some individuals simply prove that resilience can turn the tide. Tonight, an encouraging update on a story we brought you a couple of years ago. MTN's Scott Breen shows us how this Billings senior swimmer is beating the odds to once again make waves on a worldwide level.
It's safe to say Sai Pizzolato is a pretty good lip reader, but that doesn't mean he spends school days eavesdropping across the classroom.
I think the main thing was that I would be too either bored by their conversation or I would be probably listening to the teacher instead of listening to whatever.
Sai's lip reading isn't by choice. The outstanding swimmer from Billings Senior has a severe hearing impairment, at least an 82 decibel loss in his best ear. So for years, he's lived with hearing aids. But it's clear that certainly hasn't curbed his sense of humor.
So I was told that my hearing is actually slowly declining, which is not a great thing to hear. I mean, it's not comparative to you have 6 months to live, but it's kind of the idea like, oh, I'm losing my hearing. And maybe because I'm blasting music in my hearing aids, which is probably not the best thing I need to do. I think it's kind of been a stable level, and we'll see how the future treats me.
The future already seems to be treating him well. Sai is qualified for the Deaf Olympics this November in Tokyo. When we caught up with him a couple years ago, he'd earned 3 medals, including gold in the 400 free mixed relay at the World Deaf Swimming Championships in Argentina. Sai is also a 3-time high school state champ.
In 2024, I won the 100 fly and the 200 free. And then this year, I won the 500 free. In high school, it's a whole different atmosphere. I mean, to be honest, it can get a little tense.
Partially because he's competing against the good friends he's grown up swimming with at the Billings Aquatic Club. Next, he'll swim collegiately at Augustana University in Sioux Falls, where he plans to major in chemistry and ultimately chemical engineering.
And we're trying to get as close to 26.1.
He was filling out scholarship applications left and right and says earning the Midland Roundtable's Meyer Scholarship was a heartfelt surprise.
College is expensive, and $500 is amazing, and I'm very thankful that they were able to support me with that.
Sai's also thankful for his coach and parents, because without them...
Bottom of the pool. Bottom of the pool.
Thoughtfully, he said it twice for those trying to read lips. Scott Breen, MTN Sports.
Well, that's our time for this edition of Sports Extra. But remember, the conversation always continues at MontanaSports.com, where you can relive all the moments from a memorable state championship weekend in the Treasure State. Thanks for joining us.